Hello, today I'll be making my spiced braised short ribs, otherwise known as caw. And this is the ultimate in comfort food for those rainy days or those lazy Sundays where you just want to chill, maybe by yourself. So the first thing I'm doing here is the kabocha puree, which consists of putting some olive oil on that, salt and pepper, and some ginger powder. Rub that nice and neat all up in there. And I'm going to put it into an oven at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes or until it's nice and soft. And while that's going, I'm going to get my short ribs ready. I'm putting some salt and pepper and getting a nice hot pot drizzled with oil and just sear those bad boys up and get them nice and browned. And here you can see this is what it looks like. And once it's seared, you can remove the short ribs and start making the broth. Here I'm adding the sugar. And I'm going to caramelize the sugar too, and that's what gives it the sweet flavor profile. And as you can see here, it takes up only about 6 or 7 minutes for the sugar to become caramelized. And now I added water and fish sauce to start the broth, along with the caramelized sugar. And the next step here is to add some soy sauce. And continue stirring, and you want it to reduce a little bit. Then add all the aromatics in there. And all of these aromatics you can check on my website to see what exactly they are and the amounts that are put in there. And once you get that infused for a bit, I put the short ribs back into the broth. And get it reduced a little bit, get all that flavoring into the meat. And pop it into a 350 degree oven for about 2 hours or until it becomes really tender. Okay, and the kabocha puree is finished cooking. Now I can take it out and scoop the flesh into a food mill. You can also use a strainer too if you don't have a food mill, but I found a food mill to be really convenient and handy in making the right consistency for the puree. So all I'm doing here is scooping out the flesh and turning the food mill into a mixing bowl. And there you see the pressed kabocha squash. Now I'm going to do the rest here, and then you add the cream into there. Mix all that up until it becomes a smooth puree. Add a little more cream and some salt. And you want it to be the consistency of a very smooth mashed potato. And as you can see there, that's a pretty good consistency there. And after about 2.5 hours or so, and I check to see if the short ribs are tender, I pull them out, and I just want the liquid, so I'm straining out the liquid here to make the broth for the final dish. And now it's time to make the egg component. I soft boiled some eggs for about 6 minutes, peeled them, and now I'm going to put them in flour, egg wash, and panko with togarashi. And that's just to give it a nice sticky coating before I fry. I fried for only about 30 seconds because the egg is already cooked, so you just want it crisp on the outside, and you want the panko to be nice and brown. And as you can see, it's very fast. It only took about 15-20 seconds. And you see the egg is ready, and now it's ready to plate. Add a scoop of the kabocha puree. And the tender short rib, the fried soft boiled egg, and finally the broth. And add a simple garnish of chopped green onion, and there you have it. My spiced braised short ribs.